Is it lie or is it not? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind. Is anyone out there? Well, maybe not. The thing is, I'll leave this as a live. I didn't announce it till 2 hours ago because I just thought of it tonight. I've got in London, and I've got a little park up, and I've been in Highgate Cemetery all day, and it was great. What was nice was they were chopping down the trees, and hi, Alan, how are you doing? Oh, Rick, hello, Rick. I'm okay, Rick. I'm fine. I'm good, mate. How are you? How are you doing? Nice to see you. And nice you give me a double L. I only have one, actually. I'm modest. I always think, I'm not blaming you, but why do people have two L's? Because you only need one, don't you? Hell's bells. Oh, dear. You avoid warranties. Okay. Oh, yeah, I get it now. I get it. Good one. Good thinking. Are you doing okay, mate? But what I did, I've had a timing day today because I'm parked. Don't ask me the name of the road. It was on park for the night, and I got the nearest one. Oh God, going through a divorce. Oh. Who knows how you feel then? You know, it doesn't sound good. Oh, it's frozen. Is it frozen? I'm okay. Listen, I hope this is working because I bought this router from. Well, look, you know, I never say which company. I'm not going to do at the moment, but they're a terrible company. Oh, John, hello, John. How are you doing? You all right? I haven't seen you I haven't been on for a while, have I? But I am going to be on quite a lot now. Oh, yeah, Bill Maynard. Yeah. Hello, Tony. How are you, mate? You okay? I'll tell you the truth about Bill Maynard. I know you found him a very charming guy, didn't you? Oh, God, this guy. So you're exchanging contracts on the 28th of May. He's getting divorced. Somebody's getting divorced here, Rick. I mean, that could be good because if you don't want to be together, it could be good, actually. You know, it don't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, does it? You always think, oh, divorce is awful, but, you know, it's like maybe you just need a new start. Right, somebody said it's frozen, but I've got this router. Look, I'll actually show you it. I paid £200 for this, and it cost me, well, I won't put the name on. It cost me £55 a month. It's gone faulty twice. They have a 24-hour call line. We do ding, 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 ding. It goes like that. We've got 24-hour engineers, highly qualified engineers at our fingertips. And when you ring them, it's the worst I've ever known because they don't. I'll just put it in a nutshell. They don't answer quickly. The only way I could get through was pretending to be a customer or wanted to buy one. When I was there trying to report the thing didn't work. So I'm on a TP Link, £40, and a cheap SIM card. It only cost me £10 a month. That's 55. It's for all right. Does it come with Ethernet too? It does. On the back, yeah. What it says on this thing, it uses three different. They suggest it's using 3 SIM cards, and it's got the ports on the back, but it's actually gone faulty. When they say it's like having broadband. Excuse me if I'm rocking this around because I'm not a professional setup, but I saw it on a vlog, and the guy on the vlog said it's fantastic. It's like having broadband in the most remote places. You've got wonderful broadband like at home, but you don't. It's not that quick, and I think I should have checked the speed of it, and I didn't do. And I've been paying. It's 55 a month, and so far it's broken down twice. They've had to send me a second one, so it's not good, and the speed's crap. This thing's managing probably just as good. So who knows? I don't know. Oh, Tony Brooks said your father worked in the windmill in London. That's how he got to be friends with Bill Maynard. Yeah, Bill Maynard worked there I interviewed him once for 5 cassettes. 5, sorry, I can count like 5, not 5. And it was 5 45-minute cassettes, and I talked to him about 10 years ago. Let's just put it this way, I had an extremely healthy ego. I don't want to say anything bad, because the character were great on Heartbeat, but most people I enjoy, but after a long time, it was such a long, I got a little bit worn out with him, you know, because he's... Oh, the router name of the Rick's, but the router name of the company between 2 and 4. I bought a small flat. Yeah, okay. But you're right, Tony. He did work in the Windmill Theatre with the nudes, didn't he? The women in the late 50s, because it was part of the interview. I've still got all that on tape. And I think that's how he sort of started off in his showbiz career as a comedian, didn't he? As a comedian. Hello, John. Anyway, thank you for saying hello earlier on. It was nice to see you again. I'm sorry I haven't put many films on, because after the last time I went live, not that it's a big deal, I had a lot of things to do at home, like you do, don't you? And I got a bit dragged down, and I've got an old injury on my elbow there, and it was giving me some pain, and I got to get ready for setting off on this trip, because I'm going to be about 6 weeks. So, you know, sometimes you just haven't got time. But I've done about 6 films in the last 6 days, one a day, and put two films up. But I'm not going to say what they are, because it's dead secret. Top secret. No, it's not. If you know, but if I say I've done boom, 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 I mean, you know, there'll be no surprise then, will there? So, you know. Tony Brooks put, my dad spoke of the Crazy Gang. He loved them. Yeah, I bet. I mean, you know, to have worked with these people from that era, because now it changed a great deal, didn't it? You know, I'm listening to the radio at night, because after midnight on BBC Two, you get some really good programs. You know, better than the day, I think, because the other night it was about the Beatles. You know, and oh God, who's the guy that sacked the guitarist? I've got a mental block. Oh Jesus. I know it really well, and he was on the program, and it was a really interesting program with him talking about his time with the Beatles. Oh my God, I can't remember. I can't believe that. You know no, not the guitarist, the drummer. Sorry, the drummer that Ringo Starr replaced. He was so handsome. They used to put him at the front, didn't they? And I think the number of members got jealous. You know, he was drawing all the attention. Last night I was listening to a program from before the BBC 1920, all the stars. You know, all the stars that used to sing on the radio before the BBC was even there. You know. Yeah, speaking to the Crazy Gang must have been a real buzz, wasn't it? You know, all these people were pre-TV in a way, and so well, the TV was there, but yeah, it was a golden age, wasn't it? A bit like the movies were a golden age when they're all inaccessible. Yeah, there is, John. There's loads of podcasts, isn't there? But I've got a radio, you know, a DAB radio and a internet wireless radio, but I've never really had time to find out what you can listen to. But I bet there's some really good shows. You know, sometimes less famous ones are more interesting, aren't there? If you know any good ones, let me know, John. If you know any good ones, because you know, sometimes you hear the same things every day on radio too, don't you? You need something different, you know. So I'm setting off. If anyone has any idea of anybody that would like me to try and find, I've got a few. I've got about 3 or 4 that nobody's done yet, and they have really good stories to them. They're not around London really, but they're sort of around this area down south. And one I'm really excited about because he was quite an icon. But if I say it, somebody will beat me to it, won't they? Okay, Tom, Urban Explorer, that is on the list. The Cray Twins. I know it's been done, but they are exceptionally interesting, aren't they? They're everybody's seen the documentaries and the original film with the, you know, with the camps, but yeah, they're really interesting. Cheers, everyone. I've only been in a short while because I've been out all day. It's been busy. So it's great to do the new people, even if they aren't. Yeah, it is great to do the new people, even if they aren't on TV. I did one the other day, and it's the most popular, although he is well known. But it's the most popular grave that I've been to. I literally had to queue up. This is no exaggeration. I had to queue up to get to it. And because I wasn't ready, I had to queue up again. So I was there for about an hour, and I say on the video, like, you know, oh, it's been 8 people to this grave. And because I wasn't ready with everything, I dashed off to one side. And then another group came in. They were fairly young people. And the last group of all of the day had just a little bit more to do. They went cross-legged and sat down for 20 minutes. So I'm sat there, you know, and it's the most popular one ever, and nobody's done it. So I'm not going to say who it is, but it's Oxford. Okay, that's just a clue. It's somebody in Oxford, well known, but never been done on YouTube. No. It's been done on YouTube, but not by a channel that's well known for doing these videos. Mine's probably the smallest channel that's well known, if you know what I mean. I'm the small fish in the pond. And there's a guy called Paul, isn't there, that, you know, is really big at this. It started, I think, in January this year or February, and he just really, yeah, you know, he has a nice delivery. I'm not jealous. I love all that stuff. Love watching his videos. Yeah, it was, John. It was really, really interesting. Yeah. Tom Urban's foot. I've been to the Hideaway Man grave. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was interesting, wasn't it? It was. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I've got to catch up with the reading. Right. Rick says, so where are you now? Oh, I'm near to the back of Northamptonshire video on the Charles Wittgenstein. He started his first pleasure park there. Right. I'm literally 10 minutes from George Michael's house. So I was going to pop in the flask tonight and say, you know, I've got a little pad around the corner, you know. I don't have to tell them it's a camper van, do I? Because, you know, all these houses behind me, they're probably worth about 20 million. And there's some over there that look bigger than Prince Charles's manor houses, I'll tell you. You know, I'm not exaggerating that. I post a picture, I tell you, when you walk past them, you couldn't believe how big these houses are. What are they worth? I've no idea. I'm the best channel I'm on because I'm genuine. Well, I am. If I've got anything to say, if I've got one thing I could call myself, it's genuine because I rent a shop to a lady for 10 years who does a dog salon, and she watches my channel. And she said, it's you. That's all I've got to say, you know. I mean, I've been in business all my life, and I don't think it's something you learn. It's just that I like people, you know. I used to have a relative of mine, and he worked for me, and he used to get annoyed with me because I talked to the customers too much. And one day we went to a cafe. I won't make it a big story. We got to the cafe, and this lady had lost her husband, and she was in her 70s, and she had 5 staff who were robbing her. So I put cameras in, CCTV, and I sat down and talked to this lady for a long time. And the chap who works for me was really not. Well, no, he's a relative, you know, with family. He was singing and he was really good at the job, but he didn't like to talk. And he was singing a little more action, a little less conversation. And he's a real guy. He's a nice guy, but he just didn't like chatting. We all are what we are, aren't we? So I couldn't go on and do a channel any other different way. I couldn't, you know, read it robotically or be different because it's impossible. I ain't going to enjoy that, am I? Alan Sharon here. How is everyone this evening? Yeah, I hope everyone is well. John, I don't live in a camper van most of the time. I've got a house in Bradford Idle. I wanted to live in Whitby when I was a young man, and I got gazumped. There's one on the Royal Crescent, and you won't believe they're going to lend me the money for this house. It was enormous, and we're going to turn it into like an hotel, but I never got it. So I carried on in Bradford, and I fit burglar alarms. I have a little company, all these years, 3 decades fitting burglar alarms. But I always wanted to live in Whitby, so I bought a cottage. Then when I got the cottage, that was in 2008. No, I got it on the mortgage, obviously. Um, I couldn't afford to pay this big mortgage, so I rented it out, and then I became a letting agent by accident because, I was renting out my own, and I got to know people in Whitby. So I spend time in Whitby because I love Whitby, and I know more people in Whitby than Bradford. But this van is mine. I bought it. I did think I might rent it, but I'm never going to do that now. And for me, it was expensive, but I'm enjoying it. So it's mine. It's mine. And when most of the time I'm in the house, really. But I'm going to set off and travel places. So, it's my second home, isn't it? And I'm getting to like it more. I've had it a year now. Diane. It's not Diane from. Oh, no, it's not. Diane Allen. Hello, Diane. How are you? Are you keeping well? I'm sorry if I missed anybody's message. I'm going to stay on to 10:30. I don't want to bore you all. I really came on just to see if anybody wanted me to try and do anything. And if you could give me some secret tips, where I could, find a really good personalities. Your head bounces with it because when you start looking into it, mostly their ashes have been privately kept or it's private. But in Highgate yesterday, the guys cutting the trees down was superb. I walked around. I set off at 10. I left at 4:30. I walked around for 6 hours. I met two couples, older couples. One was 84, the guy, and we got friends because we kept meeting each other. And the guys cutting the trees down were giving me all sorts of tips. They were rock on. They were really great guys. Oh, Diane Allen, thank you. Love your videos. Hope you're well. Yeah, I am. I'm pretty good at the moment. Thank you. Yeah, I, I've got metal in this arm. You can see. I came down off a ladder 30 years ago. I'm having trouble with it for 10 years, but it used to go stiff in the back past, and I've had 2 weeks of trouble, but oof, we all get things, don't we? I mean, we all do. So I'm okay, really, and it's getting okay. It's getting better. If I've missed anything, sorry. Yeah, Lionel Jeffries, yeah, Tony Brooks, Lionel Jeffries would be a good one, wouldn't they? The fourth goon, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, John, the secret one wasn't really secret. It's a well-known character, well-known name, but I just think if I'm going to say that one grey was the most, I think it was a week today when I started. No, I left on Friday. I got to this Oxford. I got to Oxford on Sunday, and I got to this graveyard on 2 o'clock in Sunday afternoon. And I thought I'll just whip in, and my friend Richard comes with me, and sometimes, not always, mostly I just do them in one go because I don't want to do it again. I just prefer if it's not right, it's not right. And then you can cut the editing bits out if you've stumbled and slurred and whatever. But on this one, Richard says, I get out of the van, just do it, come back and it's finished. But there is stuff you've got to cut out in the editing thing, and then make it look a bit better, with the narration bit and all that thing. But this one, it killed me because I got there at 2 and it was 3 o'clock when I left because I'm queuing up with everybody to get to this thing. And the last one sat down cross-legged and nearly stayed to closing time. So a difficult one, that one. Oh, yeah, Rick Standen. Boy, yeah, yeah. I was going to buy a narrowboat with 3 years old, practically. I bought a flat. Oh, right. Yeah, like a coach house, yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of people have talked about narrowboats because, the cost of all the bills. I mean, it's been on TV, hasn't it? And radio about people queuing for narrowboats to live on them because they had it on Johnny Vine's show at the morning. It's so cheap. I think they got about, a quarter of the cost in the expenditure with all the bills and that. But yeah, I think it's probably a good idea. I mean, I found that this van felt claustrophobic at first, No, a tiny bit. You know, like you think, oh, I couldn't stand this for long. But as I've grown into it over the year, it's better. And now, I mean, I can't. I'll try. Well, I can do. I've got my computer on my table with two pillars. Look, you see, I know it's dark because last time I looked like a meteorite ready to explode. You get used to the space, don't you? You get used to whatever you're in. Um, yeah. Have you been to Shafford Way for the cemetery yet? Some of the. No, I haven't. I haven't been there. I'm going to look that up tomorrow. I've been to the usual Golders Green and Highgate. Highgate's massive, isn't it? You know, there's two sides. I actually did about 10, 10 different graves in that 6.5 hours. Covered the whole lot. There was a funny thing at the end. I was at the top end of the west side, and all the guys are cutting the trees down. And I've met them a few times now because I've been up and talked to them. And the gang leader, he said to me, "I'm sorry, you can't come in to do this boxer. It's a Victorian boxer actually." And he said, "You come back at 3 o'clock." So I went back at 4. And he said, "Great, we're just packing up." I walked into the area they'd cordoned off, and I'm looking, it's not even there. So I went beyond that, around the corner, and there it is. This dark guy says to me, he said, "I could have told you it was there all the time." I thought, well, I've just had to walk right back through the cemetery just to get to this. You know, you could have told me earlier on as well happened. And as I left, he says, "Never mind, you'll never come back again, will you?" I hope. I won't be able to afford to go in there. I don't think, anyway. Tony Brooks. I follow a guy who went to Debbie Reynolds' house. He's turning it into a museum, and can I contact Todd Fisher? He sent a pack of DVDs. Oh, right, of his mum's films. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because it'd be, you know, the real McCoy, wouldn't it? The real life. Diane, you should come to Derby to see the Philpott Children's Graves. Very sad, Nottingham Road Cemetery. Can't be honest, I don't know about that. I'll read that back tomorrow and see about that story. Rick's poem. Sorry, it's autocorrected. Have you been chased away or told off when going to some places or other? No, have other people been told off because the public places out there, graveyards. Well, they are if they're not cordoned off. I've never really thought about that, to be honest. Well, not really. I've never considered it. Never had a problem. Never, never. But I tell you what I've got. Um, the first night set off, I won't, I should get more professional. I drew a map, look, which you probably can't see, really. But oh God, it's not the right way down. Anyway, the essence of it is that's the map of all the places I'm going to go to down the sort of southern England. And I put about 25 names on it. And then I thought I'll try and see some. But you want to do ones you want to do. But then I thought, well, I'll do the ones even if I don't really know a great deal about them, but it's not as enjoyable, but I will. But it's nice if nobody else has done it yet, because then you're not just rehashing it. But I was told by I mean, don't forget, I'm a tiny, small channel. I don't care about that. I'm just enjoying it. That's the truth. I am. I'm enjoying the trip. I'm just enjoying driving around. I'm enjoying the touring and the popping into the shops and the pubs and whatever else. So I'm happy with that. But the one of the slightly bigger channels that I don't you won't care for telling, will it? It's interesting places. He said it doesn't matter if we do them a second time round. And I guess it doesn't, because you put a different spin on it, don't you? It's a different audience, maybe. That's what he said. So I guess he's right. Anyway. Oh, Paul from Unusual Things has been chased away. And oh, has he? That's the guy I'm just talking about. Apart from Unusual Things. Fancy that. Crikey. How do you know that? How do you know that? Rick, how do you know that, Rick? How do you know he's been chased away and told and warned off from not filming? Well, Tom, Urban Explorer, Bruce Forsyth would be fantastic, wouldn't they? I mean, we all know about him, don't we? When I was sort of like a early teens, I used to watch the Generation Game, and he was quick, wasn't he? Yeah, and look at his history; it would be fantastic. He'd be one of the ones I'd like to do. You know, he really would. I'm watching Graham Norton's show tonight, and well, it doesn't matter. But I don't want to drop names. But I got to know Tony Curtis, and I would like to go and see his grave in America because I actually got to know him a little bit, and he was a great guy. There's certain ones I've seen videos of Curtis's grave, and I will go there, and Roger Moore's as well. But sometimes you just want Tilly Wogan, John, Tilly Wogan. That Paul's done it. I mean, the other Paul, but he didn't say where it was. But Tilly. I mean, we all knew Tilly so well, didn't we? Just for the sort of, to give something back and say what you feel about it would be nice. I'd love to do Tilly Wogan's. It's not a grave. It's just where his ashes were scattered. It has been done, so you can see it. But if I knew where it was, I'd go. But I don't know at the moment. But I'll look into it. Let me read, see if I'm missing anything here. Hang on. Oh, John, Elaine's. Trouble with me is I'm talking, and you got to remember I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of walking today, more than I ever have done for a while. Right, Jones put Elaine Stritch. Yeah, she was really funny, wasn't she? She had that dry sense of humour. She lived in the Savoy for decades. Wonder if she's in the UK. Nah, well, she was American, wasn't she? But I did like her. What comedy was she in now? I used to watch her. She reminded me of I met this woman as well, the blonde woman that had a real dry sense of humour. I've got brain fatigue tonight, haven't I? Joan Rivers. I met Joan Rivers once. And she had that sort of dry delivery, deadpan. Really funny, actually. Mick, he mentioned it. Oh, did he? Oh, I see. He mentioned it. So I didn't know that Paul from Unusual Places had gone live because the last time I did it briefly on the spur of the moment, never thought about it. A bit like today, in a way, I suppose. A bit more thought, slightly, by 2 hours. But he said he hadn't gone live, and I don't think he was. I don't know, but I'll have a look at that. Yeah, Joan, she was funny, wasn't she? Yeah, Elaine Stritch, really funny. Can't remember the name of the comedy now, but I watched it as a kid. I love that kind of dry humor. That sort of real, real to life, not glossing it up and putting everything down because, like Eric Idle on tonight on Graham Norton, he's funny. But I may read it. Some of these videos, Paul doesn't say where it is. It's done the same for places he's covered his current videos. Yeah, just a mark of respect. Well, unless they're private, I don't think it matters if you say where they are because what's the difference? If somebody's buried, I mean, like George Michael the other day, just up the road. I'm literally 15 minutes from there, 10 minutes. It's in the public domain, isn't it? He obviously wanted it that way. They said Bob Hoskins is further back, and they wouldn't tell me where it was because his wife has grown trees in front of it to try and stop people looking. It would have been better to put him in a private spot somewhere, wouldn't it? Really, because it's in a public cemetery, but they're not going to tell you where he is anymore. So I left that alone. That's the reason when you should be respectful, you know. But nobody I've been to I would worry about because they're all in the public domain. Let me read this. Bernard Cribbins. Oh yeah, Bernard Cribbins. Yeah. This is Tony Brooks. Bernard Cribbins, really funny. I was writing to get his autograph collection, but he passed away. Oh, what a shame. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it, when you missed out? Yeah. I always think the question is, who would you really... Everybody has somebody they would have liked to have met in life, probably. I mean, not everybody, but if you're thinking of celebrity, I mean, or stars or things like that, or people you've watched, and there's always somebody in there. I was lucky. Mine was Tony Curtis, and I got to know him, actually, you know, which is... I won't tell any stories because, you know... Warren Mitchell, yeah, Tony Brooks. Warren Mitchell, another great comedy actor. That I haven't thought of. So well done. That is really good. Wow, what a name. Gamin Midget. Wow. I think you've broken the YouTube algorithm. This popped up at us at #1 in my suggested videos, and I have no idea why. Well, it'll be the last time, won't it? Love your name, by the way. That's funny, isn't it? Let me see if I don't want to miss anything. I'll stay on for another 10 minutes because I always get a feeling I'm going to bore people, and I'm going to do a phone call. And I really came on, but you know, like if anybody thinks of anything when I've gone off, let me know. I don't mind popping on another night and just saying, you know, what do you think? Yeah, there is. This is Rick. He said there's the signs saying at George Michael's that you shouldn't take pictures and you shouldn't film. There's a sign saying no filming and all that stuff. So there's a guy called Ian there, and don't forget there's about 30. I think I was looking about 30 guys cutting trees down. So I spoke to them, and they said everybody does. You know, it's like a formality in a way, and so many people have filmed it. So I don't know about that in a way. I don't know. It wasn't that everybody else hadn't done it. One like Bob Hoskins. I was quite happy not to go and find Bob. In fact, I think I know where Bob Hoskins was. I'm pretty sure because I got the legit of the, you know, the ones in front, and I'm pretty sure I got it, but I would never put it on. Yeah, John Thor, John. Yeah, another one. You're picking the good ones, aren't you? Yeah, John Thor. Watched Fry from the Sweeney and all those different roles that he did, the comedy roles, and yeah. But I don't know where he is. But I'm going to skim back through this later on and try and find out because he would be an absolute favourite. You know, great actor, wasn't he, John Thor? You know. Oh, Dennis Waterman. I don't think there's any sign. This is Tom, but it's a good suggestion because once again, great. I was reading about Dennis Waterman. It said that the year before he died, he'd worked all his life, and he went to Spain with his wife, and he basically said, I was surprised how well I took to being lazy. He enjoyed it, and he had a year of good times not doing anything. But what a sadness that he died not really that old, you know, because he was good, wasn't he? John, you've got a good knack there. Jim Bowen, another one. You're picking the ones I really like, actually. And once again, I haven't thought of Jim Bowen. It's Smashing Super. They were really good, weren't they? He had that deadpan face, didn't he? And he sort of felt. I think he was on the K's program, wasn't he? Doing a parody of himself. But it was really, really funny with Jim Bowen. Super Smashing Super. It looked like he was in pain, and he were gonna, you know, he couldn't handle it. But it's just his persona, a bit like Tommy Cooper in a way. But I think it was more naturally struggling. Beryl Reid, Joan, yeah. Yeah, she was fabulous. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you picked all good ones there. I will go look at those tomorrow, and I'll if I can find them. I hope this picture's working. I'm on my little £40 router thing there. Oh God, Derek Manton, Bob Monkhouse. They're fantastic suggestions. Yeah, Bob Monkhouse, one of the cleverest guys, wasn't he? Witty. Watched all the videos of everybody. Wrote his own scripts, his own gags. Super clever, super witty. And on the Golden Shot, which I can remember Charlie Williams struggling, and Bob Monkhouse killed it, didn't he was a clever guy. He had thousands of tapes about celebrities. So, yeah, it would be a super interesting one. Bob Monkhouse, yeah. And when I read his autobiography, he said one day he went to turn a light switch off and something happened to him. I can't remember the details now because it's 20 years ago or 15 when I read it. And he said it was a sign of his mortality. The first time that something bad happened to him. My own picture's slowing down now, so I don't think I'm doing very well on this router. But Bob Monkhouse would be super interesting. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. John, everyone tonight you've suggested has been good. Thank you. Hang on. Who's this then? Hang on. I've never done it before, but this is Rick's just put this. Ready? I can't do it. I can't do it. 3, 2, 1. But more interestingly, where's Dusty been? Could have rusted by now, I suppose, couldn't it? Yeah, Ted Rogers, though, it's a really good. It didn't seem quite as genuine, did it, Ted Rogers? You know? Tom, oh, right, hang on. Sharon, Rick Mail. I mean, he was super funny, in a wild sense, didn't he? In a slightly rude sense. I did like watching Bottom, it was funny. But he's in his own private place with his family. So I'm afraid it can't be done. So that's ruled out. I've read that a few times, which is a shame. But hang on, there's the other one. Kenny Everett. Oh, Kenny Everett. Right. If you thought of Kenny Everett, for me, he was one of the funniest. I'm saying that a few times, but they're funny in a different way, aren't they? Kenny Everett for his wildness, his extreme, with the legs, all that stuff. Love the Rod Stewart. Do you think I'm sexy? When his bum got bigger and he floated up to the top and all that. Really, really, yeah. I don't know where he is, but right, Joan, Barbara Windsor. In a way, I haven't done it yet, but the first place I popped into was Golders Green crematorium, and I haven't been to. I've done one there, but I've got to keep it top secret. No, it's not top secret. I haven't done it, but I haven't seen her ashes were scattered there. There's no graves, But the great. I'm going to go through these tonight and pick some out. Listen, everyone. Listen, I've been on 40 minutes. You've been super interesting. You give me some super ideas as well. I really appreciate it. I'll go back through those, and I've done, as I say, I've done 6 videos. And I'm gonna have another tin of lager, and then I'm gonna go to bed because I'm shattered. It's been an enjoyable day. And I'm looking forward to doing some good videos, and with your help, I will do some. And I've got quite a few listed. Just trying to pick out ones that have been done, but if they have been done, I'll just do them again if I like them. So, thank you, Johnny. It's got better. You never know, do you? It was, it's got better. I've had it before. It was deja vu. I've got the pain. It's because of I did for a decade anyway, so I can't complain, can I? It wasn't really why I was going to go live before I set off, but I was so rushed, and then just life in it sometimes, you know. Yeah, Tony Brooks. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one, mate. And thank you. And if I missed anything there, please excuse me. I didn't do it on purpose, you know. I'll get back to them. There's one I'm looking forward to doing, which I thought was a very glamorous woman, and I got beaten to it. Sometimes the ones that people don't always think of, because they want a leading star, but there was something. So I'm trying to find ones like that if possible. But it all takes time, doesn't it? I mean, if you don't do it now, I can do it again in future. I can come back. See ya. See you, John. See ya. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you all. And thank you for all the suggestions. I'll see you soon. Tony, thank you. Sam Kidd. Oh, Sam Kidd. Yeah, Sam Kidd. Yeah. In the Persuaders episode for me, I remember it was never the leading star, was he? But always a little guy with a VC hair. Really good character actor, wasn't he? You know, really, yeah, made the program. Yeah, okay, I will, Rick. I will. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Joan. Thank you. And thank you, everybody else that were there. Sharon, Rick Mail, I can't do, sorry. But Johnny Briggs is a good idea, Tony Brooks. That's a good one. Hey, I'll tell you a funny story there, really quick. I started to read this book, and it was about the character in Coronation Street. Got it again, lost him. But, you know, Sam Baldwin, Mike Baldwin. I mean, a chapter, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? It was a fictitious book about, you know, a Baldwin from Coronation Street, and it was not really his life. And I'd read about 3 chapters, so I clicked it. A long time ago, though. Oh, Tony. Yeah, Kenneth Moore. Genevieve. Yeah, you know, Douglas Bader. He didn't lose his leg fighting, did he, either? He wasn't fighting in the sky. He lost his leg doing loop-the-loops or something. Now, I remember watching that, you know, with him on the trying to get his legs going again with his tin leg. But the only sad thing was, I think he was a prestigious fighter, but he didn't actually. I think the poetic license, wasn't it? He didn't lose his leg. It was in doing silly things, you know. But it's a good suggestion, isn't it? Good suggestion. Yeah. Okay. See you, everyone. Thank you all. I appreciate it. And if you haven't been on tonight, you see it afterwards, just send me a message and I'll try. I'll look them up. I'll spend an hour or so in the morning having a look around, you know, see if I can find somebody that's in. Well, you've given me loads anyway. Douglas Bader. Yeah, now that would be, wouldn't it, in a way? Tony, you're a bit of a gem, aren't you? When you think about it, Douglas Bader. Never thought about that one. You know, I mean, you know, he did a real thing for the war effort, didn't they, there? The Dam Busters. Watched the documentaries a few times. They all did, didn't they? But, you know, it's a great story, isn't it? The Dam Busters and the Bouncing Bomb. Pretty good, that one. Thank you, Tony. Okay, guys. Thank you all for everything tonight. I'll see you all soon. I'm not going anywhere for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, let's say. I don't know. I'm on no time limit. But I'm just gonna drift and do what I can. So yeah, Rick, the Iron Lady. Never thought about that either. That's what the beauty of this, isn't it? You guys have got, you know, you're thinking of things I've never thought of. Well done. Yeah, well done, Rick. Well done. Okay, I've got some good suggestions there. Thank you. Okay, see ya. Take care, everyone. I'll see you whenever. I mean, you know, I don't want to come on and spend 40 minutes and bore you all. I'll just pop in maybe another night. I don't mind if there's nobody there, or there's somebody there, or there's 2 people there, or 1 person there, or 10 or whatever. But at least it gives you an opportunity. I'll go back through those names because you give me good suggestions, and yeah, we'll try, won't we? And if we don't do it this time round, I'll do it whenever next. See you all. Take care. What do I click now to switch this off? I really don't know. Oh, wait, I think it's the top one. See y'all. Oh. It's down at the bottom. See ya. Da.